Happy Saturday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 395. It is Saturday, April 19th, 2025. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I had to sit there and think about that for a second. I have a really pretty card today. It's daytime. It's like 1:15 in the afternoon in Minnesota. It's about 55 degrees, and it's absolutely gorgeous. A little bit of blue, a little bit of clouds, a tiny bit of wind, and the birds are chirping. So that means spring is coming. Yay. So I kind of have a spring card for you today, and I'm going to share that, and then somebody's going to get a chance to win it. And I picked some winners from a few Facebook Lives ago, so those will be getting out in the mail sometime this week. So thank you very much for watching, and congratulations to the winners. And I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away, and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. All right, so hold on. So today is Saturday. It's not a normal Facebook Live day for me, and I wasn't able to go live on Thursday, so I decided to do it today. And I'm thinking that maybe Thursday is probably not the best night to go live during the week, so I'm thinking that Sunday is my standard Facebook Live day, and I try to do a second one, okay? But I think the second one is going to be a surprise, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so let me get this squished in a little bit. Okay, and we'll put some light on the subject. And there we go. I hope that's good. All right. So, again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. PenguinZ33 at outlook.com is if you wish to send me a question, or if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with and you would like the new catalog. This is the new catalog that's coming out, and I'm just going to squish out a little bit. There we go. Oh, a little bit more. There we go, I think. Is that good? So this catalog is going live May 6th, and that's not too far from now. So if you want one of these, it's not going to be spiral bound because I went to the store and had that done. But email me. Now, the current catalog, which is this one right here, is saying goodbye. And this is the spring mini catalog, and we're saying goodbye to this one as well. Now, you can purchase products through these catalogs until May 5th. And there are quite a few products in here that are on the last chance list. And what that means is Stampin' Up! Is not going to put these in the new catalog. So they put some discounts on them. And today we're going to be using quite a few new products that are either online exclusives. Some of them you can be purchased now that they were released in March. And some of them are going to be from the new catalog coming out. Now, don't forget to check the online exclusives. They are products that will not see a publication. So check those out. They are in the online store, and they are while supplies lasts. And when Stampin' Up! Is going to stop stocking them, they'll disappear. Okay, so again, while supplies lasts. And we also have the scrapbook brochure. Now, this is also while supplies lasts. And this is just virtual. And I printed it out just so that I could show everybody what new products are in there. But Stampin' Up! Has now, in the new catalog, put scrapbooking products. So that's really cool. Now, there's a new program. It's a rewards program that was released tax day, actually. And Stampin' Up! Is now going to reward everybody who places an order $20 or more in the U.S. And so what that means is the old program, you could not earn rewards until you had an order of $150 or more. Stampin' Up! Said, you know what? The people that place orders for $50 or $60, they're not getting rewarded. And so let's make it so that everybody gets rewards on everything on $20 or more. So what's going to happen is if you place an order of $30 in my online store, you're going to get 10% of that in your rewards bank. And you have to make sure that you have an online account, just like you do if you have an Amazon account or if you purchase online at, say, Costco. And then if you want to redeem those rewards on your next order, you could do that. You have a year to use them up. You can save them. So that's going to be really cool. If you wish to save up your rewards for that larger priced item, go ahead and do that. If you are like me, you're probably going to use them on your next order. Okay, so today's card, we're going to be making this. And it's something that I thought, let's do something spring. Okay, so let me show you the products that go into making this card so that you can know what you can purchase now and what you can look forward to and put that on your wish list. All right, so first things first is we are using the painted stripes. That is an online exclusive, and that is available now. It was released in March, so you can purchase that. And it is what's called distinctive. And so as you see, there are different shades of gray. So if you ink up, you can see that there'll be different shades. So you want to make sure that your ink pad is not very juicy because you won't get the look that you're striving for. Now we're also using the Pretty Florals. Now my customers that have placed an order with me from January of 2024 up until now or actually say the end of March, because that's when we had to have our orders in. If you placed your order, I, as a demonstrator, can send you a catalog through Stampin' Up. And so I chose everybody who placed an order with me from January 2024 up until March. So if you have the new catalog, it's on page 43. Now this is a bundle, but we're just using the stamp set today. Sherry, hi, welcome. We're also using the Right Words. The Right Words is a new stamp set that will be available May 6th, and it's in the new catalog on page 89. There are quite a few verses that go on the outside and on the inside, so we're going to be using that as well. Now, we're going to be using the textured note dies. You are quite welcome, Sherry. And this is in the online store. It's available now for purchase. So these two, you can purchase. These two are a show, okay? Then we're also going to be using the gold and silver trim pack. Now, this is available now. It's in the annual catalog. We're going to be using the gold. And then, let's see, what else we're going to be using. We'll use other things, but I'll show you. But how I figured out the colors for this particular project was we're using, let me show you. We got Flirty Flamingo, okay? And we have Misty Moonlight and we have Lemon Lime Twist. I have these backwards. There we go. Front. There we go. If I could do this right. All right. So what I did is how I got these colors was I went and I said, you know what? I want to use Lemon Lime Twist today. So I went and I used my color coach, which is available in the annual catalog right now. And I turned the line right here and I moved it so that it showed Lemon Lime Twist. And then the line over here went to Misty Moonlight, and then it went to Flirty Flamingo. And so that is how I decided the colors that I was going to use today. And this is Color Coach. There are so many different ways that you can use this. Now, what I did was the triadic, okay? And there's also instructions on the back side on how to use that. So there are complementary colors your way that you can create different color combinations. Triadic, by using what I just showed you. We have analogous, and that is a different way. We also have the neutrals, which are not on this list. And then we have monochromatic. And so that is how you can use this beautiful color coach. And it's a great tool. Now, the only thing is that the in colors are not on here. These are just the standard color families, okay? And the reason why Stampin' Up! Did that is because that way you can certainly, you don't have to buy a new color coach every single time the in colors change, which is basically every catalog. Okay, so let's get going with our crafting. First of all, I want to say thank you to Irene Anderson. She sent me this beautiful card for Easter, along with her cute picture of her two pups. And they are Pippin and Mackenzie. So thank you, Irene, for this beautiful Easter card. All right, so then now we're going to put that stuff to the side. We'll get my ink pads ready to use. Okay, and now when you are using the background stamp, you want to have the large, I believe this is F. Yep, F block. And so that it fits basically your whole palm, but it's pretty fun to use. Okay, so then now let's get you the dimensions and the colors that we're playing with today. Okay, so now I mentioned in the beginnings that somebody gets a chance to win this card. So all you have to do is do a thumbs up or heart. That gets your name entered into the drawing to win this card. Leave a comment. All you have to do is say hi. And if you're new to my channel, my Facebook page, or my Instagram page, or my YouTube page, say hi and let me know where you're coming from, because it's kind of cool to see how far this video goes across the world. And also share this on your timeline. When you share this on your timeline, you get entered 2 times, just because you're helping me get my name out there, as well as, you know what, you might inspire somebody to pick up their crafting tools and make something and then send it to somebody and make their day. It's happy mail. Who doesn't like happy mail? When we get, who doesn't like anything happy right now? There's way too many things that are going on right now that are not happy. Okay, so we have a piece of basic white, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. We have 3 pieces of basic white, and they are all the same. And they are 1/2 wide by 3 inches. And then we have a piece of Flirty Flamingo. Now this is going to be our card base. It is actually a half sheet of cardstock, and it is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then I scored it at 4 1/4. All right. So what I usually do with this is I just let this sit here for just a moment, and then that way you have 30 days to watch my videos on replay on Facebook because they delete the videos after 30 days. Now, I will download this video onto YouTube, and that way you can come back, and if you noticed that you like number 395, you can come back within the 30 days, or you can go to YouTube whenever and type in 395, and hopefully you'll be able to find it under my YouTube page, which is Joy A. Borwedge. And so let's get going with this. And we're going to take that off. I like it when you are able to recreate. Now, if you don't have these products, you can certainly get them in my online store when they start being available. And you can make that wish list and start earning those rewards. Now, don't forget, you need to opt in when you want the rewards, because they will not automatically come to you unless you are opt in, okay? All right, so we're going to grab the new, it's not new, I meant to say we're going to grab the new, to me, I just got this, and we're going to use Versamark on that, and we're going to create the background for our Flirty Flamingo. Now, this Stampin' Pearson mat I use when I am stamping, just because it has that scrap paper on the back side, and that way when I stamp over, it doesn't get my mat all icky while I am doing a Facebook Live, because I might accidentally, put the card that I'm working on right in there. So now this is a Versamark pad. It's used for two ways generally. It's a watermark, and also you can use it for, what's the word? Embossing, heat embossing. All right, so I'm going to flip this upside down, which is the opposite way. I just had it. It's the same way. And then I am just going to use my Versamark pad, and I'm just going to lightly put pressure on it while I'm holding it so it doesn't move. You could put a scrap piece of paper over it so you don't get any ink on it. But seeing as how this is Versamark, I'm not really going to have that problem. All right. So what's this going to do? It's going to show, you can see that light background on it. And now notice, if you can see that right here, it's kind of darker, and right here, it's lighter. Now that is because that is the distinctive look of this background stamp. And we're going to do that there. And then we're going to clean that off. No, we're not. We're going to use Versamark on the inside of the card as well. Okay, I forgot I was going to do that. I changed that last night when I was designing this card. I went to bed at 2 this morning. And the reason why I did that is because I was in a crafty mood yesterday, and I'm just doing like a quarter or almost half, so maybe a third of this, I guess, in Versamark again. And now I'm going to grab just a scrap piece of paper, and we're going to do the inside of the card just a little bit, but I don't want to go over that fold. Okay, so we're just going to put that right there, and we're going to go about there, and we'll push down firmly. And we're just doing the inside a little bit, okay? Because we're going to take there we go. So see how that, we're taking a little bit of the front and we're putting that on the inside of our card. And that's the front part, okay? Now, this is a texturized stamp. So you're going to, like I told you, you're going to have some lighter colors, you're going to have some darker colors, and that Versamark ink is getting in those little tiny holes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab my, this is an old one, but I have like 5 of them. This is the, what we call the Stamp and Scrub. And I'm going to spray the Stampin' Mist on it. Now I have a wet side and I have a dry side. And I'm going to allow this to sit in that for just a little bit, because then that way it's kind of sticky, like I said, and I want to make sure it gets in those little tiny holes, and I'm going to let that kind of soak, okay? And then after the video, I'm going to rinse it off, okay, on the dry side. All right, so that's how I take care of the Versamark. Everything else, I clean off with my chamois. Okay, so we're done with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these, and well, technically we're going to do all 3. We're going to use the Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to stamp a stem. Just tap, 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 and we're going to go down each one, and I might position it just a little bit differently so it doesn't all look the same. Okay, and then we're going to do one on the inside. That's going to go just like that. Okay, so we're done with the green right now. This is Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going to close that up. And then we're going to grab, now this is a 2-step stamp. And what that means is that there is two stamps that create this flower. And we're going to do Flirty Flamingo on one. I just twisted that so it wouldn't shut right. Okay, so we're going to do Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to take the outline, and I'm actually going to sit down while doing this just because I want to be able to see it better. Okay, because this is an outline and I don't want to do it through my camera. All right, so we're going to do the inside with the other color. So this here is, and I'm going to do it sideways so I could see all the images, okay? And then we're going to take this one, and this is the bold image, and we're going to stamp off. So then we're going to go, we have this 2nd generation, and then we have kind of the finger dauber, and we're just going to kind of hit the outside edges in the same color. And then I'm going to move this a little closer to me so I could see it. And we're going to stamp on that. And there we go. So we kind of have a 2-toned flower. All right. So now we're going to do that. And that is Flirty Flamingo. So, and might as well do our greeting on the inside. And that's going to say a lot. And that is in Flirty Flamingo as well. There's a piece of dust. All right. So then we're going to clean those off. We're going to close this up. And I'm just going to grab that fuzzy right there and that one with my finger dauber. Okay. I'm going to close that ink pad up. And then on my finger daubers, I just take them and rinse them off. And then just basically like my blending brushes, if it kind of has a darker tone on it, then I use it for a darker color. And I just rinse it off underneath the water until it runs clear. Okay, so then now we're going to take the Simply Chamois. Now my Simply Chamois is in 4 pieces. So this is 1/4 of the size. For me, I like to do classes, and so I make sure that every station has one. So I just cut them in 4s, and so that way I have enough for the classes. And then, oops, I forgot the leaf, the green one. I try not to leave the ink on my photopolymer just because it stains. As you can tell, that is not clear anymore, but you can still see through it. All right, so now we're going to grab the Misty Moonlight. And again, I'm going to sit down just so I can better line these images up. And so we're going to stamp for me, I find that doing the bold image is easier to see, to line up. And so there's one. And there's two. And here's three. Okay, so this is Misty Moonlight. And we're going to clean that off in just a moment. And I'm going to just put these back in my bin. I'm going to grab my blue finger dauber and, oh, I put the wrong one back in. Okay, so now we need the bold image. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to stamp on that. This is Misty Moonlight. Grab the finger dauber, and we're going to just do the outside edges just to kind of vary it up a little bit. And we can huff on it if you want, because, you know, I'm doing a lot of talking. And then we're going to line this up. Now, it may not be perfect, but that's okay. I mean, isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're going to do one more. Same thing. We're going to stamp off. And then we're going to grab our finger dauber. And we'll just hit the edges. Now, you can do it all on one side. You can do it just at the bottom. So it's really however you want to line it up, and, you know, vary them up a little bit, because, you know, all the flowers, they don't all have the same variance of shades. All right, so one more time, we're going to stamp that on the scrap paper and grab the finger dauber, and we'll just go up a little bit on that side, and we'll line this up, lay it down, and how cute! All right, so we are done with our stamping right now, and we'll just shut that. I like to close my ink pads while I'm working, just because if I drop something, then I'm not putting it in the ink pad. Okay, so we're going to clean that off. And I missed a spot on there, so we can just clean that. Oops. Okay, so all our stamps are clean. Okay, so then now we're going to put the Stampin' Pearson mat away, and we're going to grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because we're going to use this is the out of the textured notes dies. Every single one of these has a different embossed image on it. And so we're going to be using this one. And the other two that are missing, we're going to be using those tomorrow. So, like I said, I was up until 2 this morning, and I was creating. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side. Grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to grab a new Post-it note, because I want to make sure it stays good. All right, so this is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the big one. It folds up so that way it doesn't take up a lot of space. The little one does the same exact thing, the mini, and I have both in my craft room. This one stays open at all times, and my mini is very easy to get to as well. All right, so seeing as how we have 3 different frames here, we need to do this 3 different times. Now this has a flat edge on the die, so we want to make sure that it goes in at an angle towards the rollers, and we're just going to put a post-it note on it. And here is the cutting platform, and we're just going to, sorry for shaking the table, that's just going to happen. All right, so I'll move this out of the way, and that detail is really pretty around the edge. Okay, so then now we're going to do the Misty Moonlight one. Okay. Whoops. That didn't stay very well. That did it. Okay, let's do that again. This is the reason why. All right, let's try that. That should stay. Okay, and this card is really easy to duplicate. And you can make quite a few of them. You can stamp all your flowers and then stamp all your backgrounds all at the same time and get a whole bunch of cards. Now, if you don't put your sentiment on there, you can add a sentiment. You know, you can make a whole bunch of sentiments and then add it when you need it. So that way, okay, so this one, we're going to cut off just a tad bit. All right. And we're going to put that through. All right. Very simple. Now, when I received, oh, I forgot to talk about something, but we'll talk about it in just a second. I'm a part of a group that I'm going to put that back on my magnetic sheet over here so that I'll put it away once I'm done. And we'll put this away. I'm part of a group that we put together an event every like 3 or 4 times a year. And so my friends and I, we're going to be doing our next event June 7th. This is Saturday. You can visit thestampinevent.com for more information and register. Register now, so then that way we know how much to cut for and plan for. And there are 16 tables. I'm going to take a drink. All right. There are 16 tables, and now you can choose either 8 cards or 16 cards. It's really your choice. And you take a baggie out. It'll say table, you know, it'll say number 5 on the corner. You just go to table number 5, take everything out of that baggie, and then you proceed to put that card together using the products that are at that table. So go check that out. It's Saturday, June 7th. And the reason why I was going to talk about that is because this stamp set is, or actually I should say this suite of product is one of the cards that I'm going to be showcasing. All right, so we're going to take the inside of our card and we're going to attach it. And like I said, I think that when you have a card that has a beautiful front, you should have something on the inside as well. And that coordinates. And so this is going to go like that. Now, I'm actually going to put my Wink of Stella on there now, just so that it gets a chance to dry while we are playing with the front part of the card. And now, if you haven't had a chance to go look at the last chance list, some of the products are sold out. And oops, I need to clear this off. When you have your Wink Stella, you want to swipe that off to the side when you go in between colors, because you can bring that color, you know, of blue into the green, and I do not wish to do that. So clear that off and make sure. Can you see that sparkle and shine? I hope so. Sometimes it's not very really can't see it very well. Okay, so then now we are going to put our dimensionals on the back side of this card. And we're using the big ones. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just going to put one at the top and bottom. Now somebody, like I said in the beginning, gets a chance to win this card, and I send them out. I'll let them sit, you know, for a while, because those of you who have things going on Saturday may not be able to join the live, and I want to give everybody a chance to win this card, and multiple people. So if you share this card, I want a chance, or I want to give the person that views it, who you shared it to, I want to give them a chance to win and enter to win the card as well. So that's kind of how I do it. All right, so that should be good. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the, I call this a people poker. Carolyn, hi! No problem. Call me when you feel up to talking, okay? After my live, I don't have any plans until later tonight. Mike and I are going to go out to dinner, and we're going to go to a movie. We're having a date. And, all right, so, it's nice to see you, my dear. Okay, so this card, what we're going to do is we're going to take the gold from the silver and gold. Now, this one I used all the silver up, so right now it just has gold. But we're going to take this, and we're going to lay this on our card, okay? And we're going to try to make it so that it stays in one spot. So I am just going to take my Versamark pad and just lay that right there. All right, so we're going to take the Misty Moonlight flower, and we're going to put that just a little bit up above, and we're going to put that much space, and then we're going to take the other Misty Moonlight flower, and we're going to do the same thing. Just going to put that right there, and then we're going to take the Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to put that in the middle. All right, so now we have, we're going to go see Amateur, and we're going to go to Dickies. There's a coupon that's like buy one, get one free. So we're going to make it a cheap date. Laura sent me a message, so I know a little bit about, but I would like to, I was going to see if you were up to chatting today. I'm going to take, if you have the lid off, I'm going to grab a mini dimensional, or sorry, a mini glue dot, and I'm going to put that right there. And what that's going to do, it's going to help me make a better bow, okay? We're going to take it, and we're going to make a knot down there. And, all right, so we're going to hold that in place. Okay, this one, It's going to bug me. I could see that through the other side. I don't want to see that through the other side. All right, so we're going to make a bow, okay? And then we're going to tie that. Okay, I'm going to sit down and do this bow because it's hard to do that standing up. I didn't give myself a very good leash on one side. And we're going to go up. There we go. And that is going to go down there. And we're going to mess around with that bow a little bit. Tighten it up. There we go. I don't want a huge bow. I want it just right. You know, just like Goldilocks. All right. So I'm going to grab my scissors. All right. Just like that. Give that a nice little trim. All right. So there we go. And then we'll wind that back up and put that back in the bag. You know, I have cats, and so they like ribbon. Okay. So then we're going to take... Now that the Versamark has dried, we're going to grab the Misty Moonlight. And we're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat one more time. And we're going to do the greeting for the outside. And this is going to say, thinking of you. And we're going to clean that off. Okay, so then now we're going to use the adhesive backed metallic gems. Now these are found in the annual catalog, and this page 125 is the new catalog page. So that made it to the new catalog, and so we're going to grab the Take Your Pick tool again. Now we're going to use the putty part for grabbing our gold. I really like this. It has copper, gold, and silver, and it has two different sizes. So we're going to put the gold one. We're going to put the big one down here. And then we're going to put a little one right there and another little one right up there. So we're creating a triangle. And then we're going to put the lid back on and put my Versamark back where it goes. This goes back. And we're going to grab the Wink of Stella, and we're going to do the Flirty Flamingo, and then we're going to clean that off on the scrap sheet over here. And we'll go hit the Misty Moonlight. And then we'll go do this one. And we did the one in the center, in the inside already. Okay, now we're going to clean that off, and we'll just hit the leaves a little bit. Now, I'm thinking that these might be hyacinth. These are one of my favorite fragrances around this time of year. When I used to be a floral designer, we would have hyacinth plants to sell. And I would literally every day, as I would water them, I would smell each plant. Yes, I am such a dork. I love them. All right, so we are done with this card. And so this was using the new products, the Pretty Florals. It's on page 43 in the new catalog. Hey, Carolyn, by the way, I have your box. And this is on page 89 out of the new catalog. And this is from the online exclusives. It's available now. The new catalog items are available May 6th, so put those on your wish list. And then the textured note dies. It's in the online exclusive, and it's in the Botanical Textures Suite collection. Now, here is a card that I copied from the catalog, and this is from the same suite. This is using the new colors, the new ink colors. This is Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, and the blue is the Secret Sea. Now, I did not have the ink pad for the cloud cover just because it's not available yet. And then here is another card out of that suite that it also has the Sweet Blooms. It's a mega suite. So it has 2 stamp sets, and it has the designer series paper with it. And so it's a lot of fun. The dies are gorgeous to play with. And so this is the card that you'll get a chance to win. And I will also be back tomorrow, Sunday, after 5 o'clock. And I have a card already prepared for you. And we will be using the Botanical Suite, Botanical Textures Suite collection. That's the online exclusive, and it's available now. Thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon. And Saturday afternoon. I look forward to seeing you on a Sunday tomorrow. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. And